Hello, hello. Hey, today is Sunday, and I think this is the best way to start the week. If you're not selling millions of dollars at least in 3 days, so in a weekend, you're doing something wrong. I did it. So let me just tell you, how do I sell $1.3 million in a weekend? And that made me a lot of compensation for me to enjoy with my family doing real estate. Hi, how are you? My name is Rosalina Escalin. I'm the real estate empress, and I wanted to tell you how I use this organization, this planning, this way to be accountable of what I was doing in my sales, in my company, in my business, or even when it wasn't my business, how did I maximize sales when I was doing selling cars, selling insurance, and things like that. So I thought you guys wants that my way to see the opportunity to make a lot of money, it was just in sales. I had been having my friends doing college, and in college they were studying business administrations and trying to go to sale because that's the way that people always had maximized their incomes. It's not 9 to 5, it's you're your own boss. You need to find the way to develop your skills and your knowledge to close every single deal. But that's the idea when you're doing sales. And when you're doing sales, you're doing by yourself. Pretty much they give it to you like a training. For example, if you're working for if you have been had the opportunity to be in the insurance company, they are give it to you like 2 to 3 weeks of training to know every single one. So the PPO, the insurance, or the way to do the investments. Depend of what is your level in insurance, they're gonna teach you exactly what do you need to start working, develop, and get the licenses. The same happened with your working in sales in cars. You have just a little bit of the trading. It's not a big deal. The main thing that you need to know in the car selling is the mechanics, is how many torque has the car or the pickup, and how is the way that the ABS, so that would be the brake system, it works, how fast they seal the stop and they avoid to have accidents. The the oh my gosh, the airbags, where the airbags are located, you have just done in the front, or you also have in the side. And how also, if the car has a metal in the front, does how the car is efficient when it's running. So the Nissan has the situation with the frame in the base, where it's the stability. This when they stop, it's like the stabilization of the wheels. So they have some kind of stuff that the car used to have not that good of the balance, and the cars can go over. The same with the Jeep. If you're going too fast driving a Jeep, if you're going too fast and getting a curve, you can also have an accident with the car. So those kind of stuff is the one that you learn when you're learning cars. Also, the things that they tell you is about the insurance. If you have the full coverage, or you have just the single coverage, what that cover, and when you're minor 18, whether you're a boy or you're a girl. And let me see, colors. And some of the cars doesn't come at the same time. So they're just, for example, Toyota has the Celica, and the Celica just comes to be in sales just for a few time frames. Sometimes they wasn't able, maybe in 2 years, you don't have the car available, and then in 2 years it comes with a new version and change things. And those are the stuff that we used to learn. Also, some cars will change their style, or is in the outside or in the interior, and that also will affect the previous sale, or the sales in that year that is going to be changing for the next year. That's when you go into the dealership, you will see the cars that are there waiting to be purchased, and most of the cars are colored white. I don't like that, but anyways, the color is white, and they tell you no, because in this one we have some discount. Then your purchasing may be the year before. The cars come to the dealership the year before the other one. Okay, so for example, 2027, they're supposed to be here right now because we're in 2026. So we are recording now in February, March. So now in April is the 2027. What will happen with the 2026? They're going to start selling with the discounts, 0% APR by the summer. The summer is a huge important period of time. Why? Because the kids going to college. And that's when the dealership start to selling the cars in a better numbers and in more volume because of the kids going to college, and the parents need a car for their kids. So when I'm doing real estate, I notice that I'm going to work by myself. Again, it's sales. If I want to make a lot of money and I need to know how to do it or have the whole map to do it, then I have to go to college and be a doctor. Be a doctor, an accountant. I could be an architect. I can be a engineer and an attorney, and that will have something more structure, something that I can go and follow some kind of normal things to do. In sales, you need to adjust at the moment that you're doing sales, at the moment that you're working, you have to modify your calendar. But what I like to do is, since the beginning, I know that if I really want to make money in whatever I was doing in sales about that time, I need to do it myself. Nobody will teach me or tell me what to do. They will give me the skills, the information that I had to do just for the objections. How to control the objections, that's the way that they want me to do and get the sale. But they don't tell me what to do. Probably they tell me, oh, you had to do this in the morning from 9 to 2 because the people are willing to accept your calls, or they are willing to understand, or they want to know. And then during the evening, you're going to their house. For example, insurance, you call in the morning, but in the evening, you have to go and show. Why? Because you have two people making the decision. Or at that moment, they were too busy and they wasn't able to answer your questions, and then you will not have the information, or they cannot pay attention to you and you cannot close the deal. So every time that I have been working by myself, I had to come with my own plans. When I was selling cars, for example, Mondays are the dead days. Mondays were a dead days. That's why pretty much all Mondays are the dead dates. That's why all the meetings are Monday. They want to structure your week. And even you're going to real estate offices, one of the real estate offices with the big numbers like Century 21, they want to say, hey, let me tell you how the team worked during the weekend. So whoever sold or closed on Friday, it will be celebrated on Monday. Whoever has a new listing, it will be celebrating on Monday. When they have something special to do, or they're going to visit a community, they're going to advise you on Monday. All the stuff is coming up on Monday. If they have a new information to provide it to you, or there's a new product because a lender coming, it will be on Mondays. Then you have Tuesdays and Wednesday that are your working days. So look at Monday, the first day of the week, as your preparation. This is the one that you had to have everything in hand to start making your pipeline. This is the one. Monday is the day that you had to make the plan of what you would like to have by Friday. And why this is important? Because you have to be consistent. You're doing sales. The sales can change, and do not think that because you have a possible closing next week or this week or the day that you're working or that month, it will happen. Not necessarily. You need to count at least with 2 to deals a month. Why? Because things could happen. I have been seeing deals going not to the table. Why? Because the buyer made some new commitments, financial commitments, and when the company or the lender were looking again for the credit, they have a new charge in the credit cards. Unfortunately, they didn't pay one credit card on time. Now they have a payment and do a payment late payment, and now they need to ask them for evidence that why that happened. You need to be more aware of what you're doing. You cannot rely on what you have right now as you see, oh, this is going to be closing this month. Don't believe in that. And if you're doing it, please start having a different behavior. Do not think because the past month was amazing, this coming month is going to be the same. Every month change and everything change as soon as overnight or the moment that you close your eyes. When you're doing sales by yourself, when you are your own boss, you need to behave like one. And this is what happening. People doing sales is not because they want to be good. They want to be in sales because they want to make money, but they don't know how to put that math together. I have been working with so many realtors, almost 500 realtors passing from my office. I have been taught all my agents, you guys need to train. You guys need to know. Many of them ask me, oh, I would like to know exactly what you know. Yes, that's okay. That's perfect. But I'm here doing real estate since 2006 and I'm going and take classes. I don't take things for granted. And I have been had experience before that forced me to have a structure. I need I can start thinking today, Sunday, what I'm going to do the rest of the week. The things that I have pending, what things or what client I can take advantage and can I close that deal? Because the clients are started communicating with you. The clients start letting you know things that you need to know because you know that they're going to be closing soon. The thing is that you need to manage your time so wisely that you can close every single deal. And what happened? Mondays is just Mondays. Mondays is not even a day for pressure. The Mondays for the office, the updates. Just take the time for Monday. Monday is that Monday prepare your pipeline. Start looking the if the client asks you for something in particular, Monday is your day to continue and follow up. Hey, you know what? That thing that you were asking me today, I'm gonna be having the answers today. As soon as I have it, I'm gonna reach out to you. No matter what is your line of work, that's the way you should be doing. That's the follow up a day. That's the day for you to start putting things together because what happened? You're working a dealership and the car is coming on Thursday. You cannot call them on Thursday. Hey, the car is here. Would you like to come? You know what happened? You have another partners working there that they also waiting for the car. And what happened? If you do it on Monday and you tell your client that they're coming, you can tell them, hey, you can send $1,000 and we can reserve the car over here. But if you're not here on Friday or Saturday, then we're gonna refund the money back, but somebody else is gonna get it. You can have material to put that pressure to close that deal, but you need to do it on Monday. On Monday is the temperature day. Even in your office, even with your client, during the weekend they can change their mind, and you need to know any objections on Monday to finish your deal by Friday or Tuesday or wherever the day it is. So Mondays is just for data. Monday is just to have the day, the week running. That organization, okay, I spoke with this client, this and this and this and this are willing to come and buy the car. This and this and this. We have already the list of the houses that we're going to be visiting. And if you have someone in the insurance company and you have to call clients, do not tell them, hey, I have something very interesting by the time that you pass away and you leave things set for your family. No, do it with your products of investment. how they can maximize their money, their assets, and the benefits. Later on, it will be that. Okay? So don't do it telling them that they're going to die. What they because they don't need to hear that. They don't care. They will say, I don't care what happened. They can deal with that later. And you will feel that always. You need to tell them and you need to know them because whatever they tell you is your key to change all your objections. If they told you, I don't want to die, oh no, I'm not saying that. That's why you're saying that because I haven't said that. I'm just saying that this is the momentum for you to invest and how to maximize your money. How much money you put away for investment? Oh, at this moment I don't put anything. So let me tell you how this works. Blah 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 blah. Explain investments. Don't explain what happened or leave the family secure when something bad happened. They don't need to hear that. They don't want to hear that. But the one with the car, you want to do the test drive on Friday or Thursday. Always put a day on the time. And you know what? The new car is coming. Would you like to see it? And I think that now they can take the car. Well, I used to do it anyways by them. Take the car to the person work and show the car and see the car, maybe signing up over there and deliver the car at the same time. Find the way to provide everything to your client, but you need to know this on Monday. Tuesdays and Wednesdays, those are your days to work the 90-90-1. You had to have a 90 days, 90 time, 90 minutes to plan to call and try to make these appointments. At least 90 minutes. Then you have 90 days to continue doing the same thing. You cannot stop. In sales, you cannot stop to doing things. If you're going on vacation, keep your marketing running. In my course, that is the mastery of the real estate, you will find that the link is below in here. So why? Because marketing is the other part that will work for you for free and it's up to you. And that will be something that it will be continue talking, working with you, even if you're not working. If you're on vacation or it's your day off, or if you're Saturday or Sunday and you're whatever happened, marketing is working for you. It's an activity that doesn't cost you more and pay you everything. So take advantage of it. But Tuesdays and Wednesdays are your key days, your 90-90-1. Your one is your goal. You make that $1 million in sales, but you have 90 minutes that you need to be focused, working with that client, find everything, going to the objections, getting everything that you need. 90 days of repetition. You need to do this for 90 days, always. And then you will have just one thing that is your goal being done. Then, and this is just for, you just have to strategize this. This is not something that is coming from nowhere, okay? So it's something that you need to practice. And you have on Thursdays, you just have to keep your energy for this. Wednesdays and Tuesdays and Wednesdays are giving to you your plan for Thursday. Your appointments should be, if not the same days, Thursdays. Closing days of your contracts, closing that contract, closing that commitment, closing that sale in the car has to be on Fridays. And Fridays at PM, you need to know how far are you from your deal. You must do that. This is the only way you can track how effective everything that you're doing it is. Or where do you need to put more pressure? What else you need to know? What else you need to do? So my advice is Be organized. When I did real estate, when I did sales, when I saw every single month the whatever it was the goal in insurance, and I always has $4,000 a month every month. $4,000. I never did anything lower than that. In real estate, I made $150,000. In 6 months, not even a year. $160,000 working for a new construction. And the other day, I have one of my agents working in new construction. I told him, "Hey, how everything's going?" He said, "Everybody's happy with me. I just saw six." And I says, "Okay, and you saw six, and what happened?" No, 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 they're happy. You had to do better than me. Because if I'm telling you all this, it's not because you need to do exactly what I did. But if you do it, you, s- I have this testimony to tell you that it's possible. With it, that year that I made $150,000, my family wasn't the same. Our income wasn't the same. Our experience wasn't the same. You need to give that luxury to your family. You have the opportunity, you must go for it, but you have to plan your time. You must have to plan your day. I did that in 2016. And when I talked with my agents, I think it was on Thursday, was very recent. He says, "Yeah, everybody's happy with me because I sold six." And I says, "You should be selling six monthly." And he started laughing. And I says, "I did that. I sold 6 units monthly in real estate. And the last quarter, every sale, my manager put a bonus on it after 2, 3, 4, 5 units. And every single month, that quarter, I make all the bonuses. That's why I can excel and did $150,000 at home for my family. Real estate is not, it's not a joke. People are not making money in real estate because they don't want it. People are losing time in real estate. They just thinking of the possibility of the real estate. They like the idea that real estate has something good and something bad. It's very luxurious. If you know how to work luxurious with luxury, you will nail it. But if you're thinking that everything will be so luxurious, it will not. You need to train, you need to learn, and you need to know how to talk. You need to know how to create a relationship. That is the key. You need to have a good relationship. You need to know how to talk. I have another agent. This one, he says that he's doing that in a new construction. I says, "Hey, when I was in new construction, I wasn't able to use my social medias. So I had to go old school. I had to print all my flyers. Well, I print the flyers and I start making baskets and I deliver personally the basket with the flyers and candies to the real estate offices nearby. I call them. I call the manager and I says, "Hey, would you like to have your Monday meetings in my office? I will have your breakfast for you and you guys come to the community and know the community as well." That is a strategy. That is thinking in advance. That is taking advantage of the market. The same happened with every single market. If you're working, I know that we as a woman, we're always looking for something to make an extra income. The makeup companies or the makeup like a Mary Kay or what was the other one? Is Mary Kay Jafra, and I don't know if they still doing these things, but Mary Kay. Prepare a party. Now women like to be together. Make a wine and cheese at home. And when you bring them home, or in a place like your, if you have a community, you're living in a community and that community has that clubhouse, do it there. And that day's facials night, makeup night, como es, black dot spot whatever in their face night, how to remove the wrinkles. Do something interesting. Use the market. You have everything to make it happen, but you need to strategize better. You need to have your plan. You need to know. And how do you know? Is how much do you need? Money. How much do you need to change your surrounding? This is what sales allows you to do. But it depends on how much you allow sales to do for you. I'm here. I would like to, instead to be here in YouTube, I would like to be sitting with you guys. I would like to be in your meetings. I would like to be during your calls. I would like to be during your planning days. There's so much to do. There's so much ideas. There's so much opportunities now that I didn't have in my times to rock with the social media to make this possible. And what I found is so many excuses for not to do it. It doing a sloppy job. And that really bothers me. Because when I saw cars, I finished with this guy, right? New construction. He should be doing better than me. And I told him what to do. I gave him two ideas that he haven't done yet. Just two. Okay. So the other thing is, when I used to sell cars in the dealership, the trading person, because it was completely different to the dealer, that person used to pay us in cash. Honey, I love the tradings. What I ask the client when they come into the door is, what would you like to see today? What car you would like to be driving out here today? As soon as they got them smiling, as soon as they got them very excited, what is the monthly payment that you would like to have? What is the color of the car that you would like to have? Because he said, I don't have it in my lot. I'm going to the lot nearby. My manager can handle that. They spoke each other. They can make that happen. I just need to create that need in the client. The client's already in my office. But I was with hungry. I was starving to make money, to change my life. And I see agents, and my daughter and I, we were laughing the other day. We're saying people doesn't like to make money. No, people thinks that money gonna be flying into their bank accounts. That's not the way it works. You need to love, you need to have the hungry, you need to have that passion, you need to be ready for the kill. It's super beautiful when you're ready and you have all that energy to provide the best service to whoever come in front of you. Do you know that sales is the most easy way to change your life overnight? And no matter what is the thing that you're selling, no matter what. I was the number one selling the same amount a car volume sales that the number one. The number one sell 15 cars monthly. I used to sell 12 full price. This girl with the insurance, full insurance. No, he used to give money away on the cars. Price. Oh, reduce the price over here. You don't need to do that. There's so many ways to get the numbers that your client is looking, but you need to know that. You need to be prepared. And why I'm telling you this, because if you're here seeing me and you don't know who am I, and I have been taking agents from not selling anything in a month, closing a deal and make a $10,000, $15,000 commission, that they doesn't know how to do real estate, I would like that all of you do the same thing, no matter where are you. I don't care where you're working. You're working in sales, it's the same math, it's the same ideas, it's the same process. You need to be organized. Your calendar has to be ready. If you really know what you need to do that week, you will find a way that you overbooking your time, and also that you don't know how to use your time, because you have plenty of time to maximize your time. Oh my gosh, that sounds so cliche. You had overtime to go, yeah. But your time, if you know how to maximize your time, your sales will falling into your lap, and every single one you're gonna close it. I promise you, I would like to see with you. I would like to have that momentum with you. I would like to schedule with you. I would like to be in the calls with you. I would like to, you need, if you really, I would like you to feel how amazing it is to sell $1.3 million, because I was doing my website and I know how to prepare my website for people to start clicking in my website and find me. I know how to create that need. $1.3 million took me for $35,000 compensation. That also saved me when one emergency occurs at home and we had to take care of my husband's family. That's why I love real estate. So my course is right there. You can see everything real estate. You don't need a license to be a real estate. You can do it as an investor. You will make so much money that you will change your life and your family's life and every person around you. Because when you doing something for yourself, you're touching so many people around you that you don't have idea. If you're an investor in real estate, the first thing that you change is the person that is purchasing that property. That family will never be the same because of you, because you prepare a house for them. Before you start to do anything in that property, just send it to the universe. Just say, hey, universe, I'm right here with my heart full of emotion and love for the family that is coming to get this house. This family, their kids are gonna grow here. Their kids gonna love it. This is where the memories will begin for this family. That's when their family's life will change. Start sending good energy. Don't get mad with your client. If they get mad, it's two things. They feel not capable to finish the transaction, or they have what they call it the seller or buyer remorse. Don't worry about it. Ask questions. What happened? What can I do to make you to feel less emotional in this situation? How can I help you to make you to see that this is the best decision that you're making? You need to know yourself. You need to know your clients. You need to love this. If you're working in sales, this is not just for the money. The money will come in anyway. Have fun in the process. Get organized in the process. And I'm telling you, your life will not be the same. The families that you're changing their life, they will not be the same. And the thing is that when you change somebody else's life, your life will gonna get compensated so much that you will be living always in abundance, always getting something good, always, because this is what it is. This is the energy, and you need to be ready. And I would like to, honestly, if I had the opportunity to go and talk to your team, to your group, you will really see what is the energy. And I want this energy to go right now and start giving to you the opportunity to believe that you have everything in your hands to make this possible, to change your life, change the life of others. And if you put in practice this agenda, these ideas, I'll tell you, every single deal will be closed and you will be super surprised about it. So, happy Sunday. This is the first. So, let's start it because we have a few stuff to talk about this. And the idea with this is that you guys can start putting things together. How can I be more organized? How can I maximize my time? If you maximize and you work more wise, it will be even better. You are going to have even more fun. So take care. Have a great weekend. I hope you make this week a lot of sales. And I need you to be selling millions of dollars minimum this week. You can do it. So remember, if you like, subscribe, and please drop the money back in the comments and let me know exactly what would you like to learn, what would you like to know about sales, what would be something that you need to improve yourself. Do you know exactly what do you need? That will be the questions that I will leave you over here. Do you know what do you need to maximize your sales? So once again, this is Rosalina Skilling. My course is there. So the mastery of the real estate. Remember, I'm the real estate empress, and I want you to change your life, and you are in the correct path. So let me know when you need me. I'm gonna be here. And please, if you need me to be talking with your group, with your team, we can do a Zoom. We can do a one-on-one. Let me know. I would like to change your life, the life of your team, and maybe change your company. Because, guys, this is the momentum. The market is good in every aspect. The market is never bad. So, who is bad is us that we are not focused on what we should be doing. Take care. Have a great weekend. Well, no, great week. And remember, you had to make $1 million sales. Take care. Bye.